Welcome, everyone. My name is Nick Hershey. I'm the president of the Mortgage Calculator. We are a non-delegated correspondent lender that does things quite a bit differently. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining us today so we can go through a little bit about what makes us special and different. And then I'm going to pass it over to Kyle Hershey, our COO, who will actually go through a live demo of some of the software and what makes our system work. And then we'll end with Jose Gonzalez, our sales manager with 28 years of experience, how to kind of put it all together to do loans in a more traditional standpoint. So let me share my screen and we will get started. So hopefully most of you have joined from this page. So hopefully you've checked it out. Let me just explain a little bit more about what we mean when we say some of these things. So obviously our big headline here, we are all about leads. And we're all about our proprietary software. It's really a CRM, POS, LOS, kind of all built together. Basically, myself and Kyle, we come from a marketing and technology background for the last nearly 20 years now. We've been doing marketing, lead generation, and building our CRM software into that in order to effectively execute that. So we're all about building the kind of lead generation platforms and then executing those through custom software. So we come from a really different background, definitely work a little bit differently than most traditional mortgage companies. And we've been building this software out for the last 4 years in all our different models. So let me go through the rest of the page here and explain what we mean there. So what makes working with us different? Obviously, we are different from the start, but let me explain a little bit more about what we mean here. We are non-delegated correspondent with the technology to allow you guys to scale your business exponentially and instantly. So for us, we're more about building systems and platforms for you guys. We know everybody here on the call has their own book of business, knows what they do, how to do it. We're not here to really tell you what to do. We're here to provide a platform to grow your business. So we don't need to take away from what you guys are doing. That's great. We want to give you guys a platform where what you're doing will scale. And what we do is add leads and feed into your platform so that you guys can all grow from our platform. So whether that's company leads or self-gen leads, we make sure that every loan officer on our team has a full pipeline. Whether you have your own leads, we'll show you how to put those in the system, or whether you need leads, plug into our leads that come in every day and grow your pipeline that way. So especially in this industry, in this time right now, it's very important for everybody to have new business, right? So a lot of the traditional pipelines that most LOs have kind of, I would say, dried up. But of course, we all know what we're doing. That will work again. However, we need to add new tools to our tool chest here. So that's what we try to build for you guys and allow you to plug into our system with our leads or use our system to build new leads for yourself. Now, how do we execute that? We are non-delegated correspondent with over 130 different investors and lenders that we're approved with. And the reason we've done that is we've built this in all the different business models. We started as a team at a FDIC bank, and we're doing the lead generation and marketing for them. And then we took our team to a broker model, a non-del model, and a del model. And then now that we have our own company, we found that non-delegated correspondent is the best because we can do everything in between. So we can do brokered loans when we need to, and we can do correspondent loans with us as the lender when we need to. So we're always going to have the best rates and pricing when we're the lender. Correspondent's always going to beat broker pricing when we're using our money, our systems to fund the loans. We're always going to have a better rate sheet. We have over 5,000 loan programs with us as the lender with our 32 investors we're approved with. Now, if there's for any reason that we can't fund the loan or it's something that we don't offer or that we don't have with our 32 investors, we have over 105 wholesale lenders that we work with. So what's important to us is that no matter what loan comes through, we have the ability to execute that loan to the best ability for our borrowers. That's what's most important. So we're going to have every loan program as correspondent that we can, and the ones that we don't, we need to have the best wholesale lenders with the best pricing for those programs for our borrowers. So we have every loan program imaginable. Obviously, we can fund all of the regular stuff, and anything that's very special, we usually look for a wholesale lender. So we have everything from VA, USDA, FHA, Fannie, Freddie, to the crazy CDFI, to non-QM, our specialty, commercial, DSCR, another one of our specialties, mixed use, SBA, basically anything you've ever heard of that's a mortgage product, we want to make sure we have, so that when we get those leads and you guys get those leads, we have an outlet to put those leads through, and we have the best program. If it's offered correspondent, we will get it. If it's offered wholesale, we will get it. If it's not offered at all, unfortunately, we can't help the customer. But if it's out there, we want to make sure we have it. Now, again, how do we execute this? With software. So for us, coming from a technology background, we've put this all together where it's all fully integrated with your website, with your POS, CRM, LOS. What that really means for those of you not familiar is it's one login. So it's a cloud-based website software built for us, by us. We've written every line of code for what you're about to see. Important thing is it's one login for you instead of hundreds when you're probably coming from a broker world, and one login for your customers, which if you're from the broker world, every customer needs a login at every lender. If you're doing different loans to different lenders, it becomes very complicated. And for us, our prospects can instantly flow from any of our lead gen sources. Kyle will show you where those come from, but basically a name, email, and phone comes in. Customers can pull their own live rates, complete their own 1003, pull their own credit, get all their liabilities imported in, and set up their own loan ready to go for you in Encompass, basically our Encompass-based platform, but you don't need to use Encompass, but it'll be in there ready to go. So again, you don't need to use Encompass, but that's what we base our system on. Unfortunately, being a lender, that's what we have to use. But we allow you guys to get access to all the great systems that everybody's used to with APIs. So APIs allow us to use Encompass without you ever having to log in. APIs allow us to use Optimal Blue for pricing without you guys having to log in. Credit, account check for VOE, VOI, appraisal works 5 AMCs without logging into any of them. One click away, instant, no logins needed at all. All of our different things that plug in, DU, DO, LP, all those things, no logins needed, just a click of a button. And to top it all off, if there's something that will help us, you guys can suggest things. We implement new features every day. Again, we've written every line of code for what you're about to see. So we roll out new stuff every day. Actually, last night, we just rolled out a new DU and LP feature into the system there. So we launch new stuff every single day, and you guys can suggest new features as well. Now, we are also all about training. So we want to make sure that we have trainings that are available at the click of a button for anybody at any time. So we have our remote-based learning center and our daily live training. So in all our different models, we found that the different companies out there were lacking in the training to teach loan officers out there, new products, which is what we're all about. So for us, we want to make sure it's easy for you guys to expand your skills anytime in our classroom style remote training center. So you can go in there and do classroom style courses anytime at your own leisure, weekends, nights, anytime, any place, anywhere. You can do our live MLO training. So 5 days a week, we have live trainings, in person, but remote, face-to-face on Zoom. So those are private webinars 5 days a week. Obviously take those to get approved. Then if you want to retake them, you can take them as many times as you need to brush up on anything. We have our live mortgage rates podcast we do 5 days a week. So those are public webinars we do to teach our team new products and stuff. And obviously look at the live rates every morning, as well as customers out there. So a great opportunity to learn new stuff. And then we do our loan officer podcast 2 days per week, which is where we teach loan officers that are on our team, as well as other loan officers out there, new tips, tricks, products, all that kind of great stuff. We also have our live Zoom support where you can pop in and get our processors, anytime during business hours. And to top it all off, we have our knowledge center with thousands of articles, not only from us giving tips and tricks and advice, but all of our partners. So matrices guides from all of our hundreds of different partners, all kind of combined in there to where you can do one search and search thousands of different articles that will help you out. We also have our AI that looks through those articles for you and can help point you in the right direction as well. And to top it all off here, these don't really fit in a category, but we always want to touch on these. Myself, when I work with clients, I love to work with investors. So we have the ability to close DSCR business purpose loans in over 44 states. So that's an opportunity for us all to do more loans in more states and satisfy our investors without having to necessarily have more licenses. All of our different leads are at a 50-50 split. We want to make it very simple. There's, dozens of ways you guys can get leads from all the different places they're coming in. It's very simple. If it comes from us, it's a 50-50 split. Anyone on our team can refer deals at any time. So if there's any reason you're uncomfortable, you have a conflict of interest, maybe you've never done a fix and flip loan, You click one button that instantly goes to a team member, a senior loan officer that knows what to do, how to do it, and you can still earn on the deal. You can earn 75 basis points and learn about that new loan type or how it works and earn while you learn. We are all about leads, so we can set you up with your own lead campaigns if you want to touch into our system, or we can set you up with your webhook where if you already have leads going on, we can import those to our system. So we want to make sure all your leads are shooting through our system so that they get all the great features. And to top it all off, no hidden fees, no monthly fees, no fees of any kind, nothing hidden. Myself, Kyle, we come from a technology, web background. What you see is what you get. Very straightforward. So if you guys drop off, the video is here if you want to rewatch it, but let's get into the actual comp plans. Again, what you see is what you get here with us. So let's go through what we have set up with our unique comp plan structure here. So obviously everybody's drawn to the senior loan officer plan over here on the left. Obviously it's our top plan, so let's go ahead and start there. So this is the top commission, 250 basis points is with bonuses and whatnot. So that's obviously the top amount. The standard commission here might be a little hard to see, 200 basis points on conventional non-QM. That's 2% for those not familiar. And again, if it's a company lead, simple 50-50 split. So 100 basis points on company leads for conventional non-QM. That's most of the loans we're used to. So we try to keep it very simple. And our senior loan officers obviously get everything that everybody else gets, but the extra features is they're going to be the ones that receive referral leads, not leads off of people clicking an ad. These are referrals from your teammates. Maybe it's their spouse, maybe it's their friend, and they don't have a license in that state, but they're going to help you work the loan. So those come with a team member to help you out, and they're obviously not leads. They're pretty much loans ready to go. So those are the best options we can give our senior LOs. Obviously, our LOs will have access to all the leads that are regular leads at a 50-50 split, no holds barred. We want access to all the different ways they can grab leads. Our senior LOs are eligible for bonuses, anything over $2 million per month. If you're rocking and rolling, no problem. Again, our system is to build what you already have. If you already have a great platform, no problem. We can get you an extra 25 basis points on anything over $2 million. And again, we want to build a system. We don't want to take away from you guys. So another incentive here, anything over $5 million per month. Again, no problem. If you're rocking and rolling, 50 basis point monthly bonus to get you some of the revenue back in your pocket for all of that volume that you're doing. And for those of you that want to earn more and teach a team here, so we have our team leader. Once our senior loan officers learn our system, they can then teach other people, our loan officers that are new, how to use our system. So help them structure loans, use our system, and earn an extra 15 basis points for those people they help out. And we have options to even take it further and become a branch manager for an extra 25 basis points per loan for your team members that are on your branch, for not only helping structure them and working with your team leaders that are in your branch, but actually helping them disclose the loan and being responsible for the loan. So a lot of great opportunities there. Now, how do you get to a senior loan officer? The fine print down here at the bottom, close 6 loans. So our system is very different. Not many lenders out there let you be a broker on half your deals and a correspondent on some deals. So it's very different to wear both hats. So we want to make sure you close 6 loans with our system. You try maybe a couple broker, a couple correspondent, and you figure out how everything works. Then you're ready to go as a senior loan officer. So for those first 6 deals, you're going to be on the loan officer plan. You're going to be teamed up with a team leader, branch manager, and of course, Jose, our sales manager, can help you out as well. So you're going to make 150 basis points on those first 6 loans while you learn the system and you have those support people helping you out. So that's 150 basis points on the conventional non-QM, the stuff we're all used to. That's 1.5%. And if you take a company lead for one of those first 6 deals, no problem, 75 basis points on those deals. That's 0.75% commission for those not familiar. Now, our loan officers will still have access to all the leads at a 50-50 split. So you can plug in there and make some calls, grab some leads, get your deals going, have access to the live click-to-claim leads, still be able to click that button to refer a deal to a senior LO anytime. So if it's a new loan type, you can still earn while you learn. So you can still earn 75 basis points for referring that deal to a senior LO. And maybe you learn about a fix and flip loan so that the next one that comes through, you can go ahead and do yourself. We're licensed in 24 states for primary and second homes. And we can do 20 additional states business purpose, DSCR, which is one of our specialties. Remember, 44 total states for DSCR, 24 that we're licensed in. So 20 states, you don't need a license. All of our loan officers are paid via W-2. And to be a loan officer, you need to be full-time. So 1 loan per month minimum production. If you're not doing 1 loan per month and you're not earning any revenue, you're probably not full-time. No problem. If you're not full-time, you're just getting into it, we have the plan for you. That's the junior loan officer plan. So this is for people that are licensed. Obviously, they're still going to earn with their license, but maybe they're not full-time and not ready to sign the loan application. Maybe they're a realtor who just added this license to add income. No problem. So you can still earn some great commission, 75 basis points. And the whole goal here is you're not going to sign the loan app. You're going to refer deals to senior loan officers where they can do the legal signature of the loan app. They can put the deals together. They know exactly what to do, when to do it, and you can earn some great revenue. 75 basis points is still more than a lot of call center type environments. And you can earn that while you're learning the loan types and getting ready to upgrade to a loan officer when you're ready. So you're still going to have access to all our systems, our POS, CRM, LOS, all that great stuff. Still get your own website where you can start generating your own leads from your own business, building your business. Still have access to a lot of our leads in our auto dialer. And the most important thing is no minimum production requirements. Maybe you're part-time, maybe you're just learning, no problem. And again, because you're part-time and you're not signing loan applications, there are options to be paid via 1099 for a junior loan officer. And the fine print here is, again, no minimum production requirements. So if there's any reason you're not full-time, no problem. Junior loan officer plan is for you. If you are ready full-time, you can upgrade to loan officer at any time. And if you're ready right now to jump in as a full-time loan officer, you're already rocking and rolling, sign up here. We'll team you up with a team leader, branch manager, get you rocking and rolling on your first 6 deals, and then get you upgraded to senior loan officer. So that's how the comp plans work. Hopefully that makes sense. If you guys have any questions, put them in the chat. But let's go ahead and have Kyle go through the actual software if you're ready, Kyle.
Yep, absolutely. Let me go ahead and share my screen here and we will get into it. So of course, when you come on board, we will definitely have a training on all this stuff. We'll walk you through how everything works, but just want to show a couple features here of our system. So this is our CRM, just like any other CRM. You take your notes, send emails, text, they track them right here. You can set follow-up tasks. You can put people on action plans, drip campaigns to automatically text and email people on your behalf over the course of years, all that kind of good stuff that any other CRM does. But what really starts to set our system apart here is our quoting system. So in just 2 minutes, with just 6 pieces of info from the client without pulling credit or anything, you can click this button here to pull the pricing from all of our different investors, and you can send them a quote. It sends them an email and a text with the quote within minutes with a nice, pretty quote that looks like this, where they can see their rate options. They can scroll over these things and see what they mean. It pulls in the Google map automatically. It pulls in the Zestimate automatically, has the proposed loan info here, does the monthly breakdown of the taxes and insurance and everything. And then, of course, has you here as the loan originator. And also, you can add a realtor to this as well. So your realtor partners absolutely love this because they know when they send you a client, you can quote them quickly within minutes and attach the realtor to it. So you're putting the realtor in front of your client's face saying, hey, we are your team that's pushing this deal across the finish line, right? So your realtors love this. No one else is doing this with your realtors. They're going to send you the business over somebody else because you're involving them in your quotes, you're quoting their clients quickly, and you're keeping them in front of their client's face. Now, the coolest part about this is that when your client is ready to move forward, they can click Start My Loan Application. Now, what happens there is they're taken to their borrower portal, which looks like this, where they start their loan application. Of course, they don't have to leave the page. The entire 1003 application is right here in our system. They're prompted to upload the basic documents we're going to need. They can see their loan info. They can see the milestone of where their loan is, which of course is updated automatically as you push through the milestones in your loan. They're going to see what milestone they're at, and they can communicate with you through here as well. So this is their borrower portal that they can go right to. Now, what this looks like on your end is where you can also help them with the loan application. You also can help them with the documents, right? But the biggest thing here is you can request documents. So let's say you need their business tax returns, whether it's you or your processor doing this, you can just click that, save changes, and now it's going to add that here to the documents requested. You can also request a whole new packet. You could say, you know what, this came in as a conventional loan, but we're actually going to do a VA loan for self-employed. Well, I don't know what documents you need for a VA self-employed loan, right? But the system does. So you can just click apply, save changes, and now it's only going to be asking for the documents that we're going to need for a self-employed VA loan, right? You can also request signatures through here and say, I need them to sign a gift letter, right? And then it's going to prompt them to do that. And of course, they don't have to leave their login. It's all automatic with the legal e-sign built into our system, so they don't have to go to another website or anything like that. And of course, you can request custom documents and all that kind of good stuff. Now, once your client finishes their loan application there in their borrower portal, they also give permission to pull credit, and we pull credit instantly and automatically. We pay for the credit pull up front. And so they go through, they finish their application, and boom, we pull credit. That way, if we come up here, when we now open our Encompass API here, again, you don't have to leave our site. You don't have to go into Encompass. It's all integrated into our site. Now, when you open the Encompass API, the 1003 is already in here. The credit is already in here. Everything is already in here waiting for you automatically. And as Nick said, not only can you actually fill in the loan here and originate it, but we have our dual AUS, AUS, where you can do Fannie and Freddie with the click of a button right next to each other here on the dual AUS. So with the API, you can basically do the entire loan here, start to finish in Encompass. Now, once your loan is in underwriting, if we scroll down here, you'll see you'll start to get underwriter conditions here, right? So when you get these conditions, you can either mark them as fulfilled, or you can upload a document to fulfill them, or you can dispute them and kick back to the underwriter the guidelines of why you don't need that, right? So the whole process all the way through is going to be done through here. We also have our processor assist here, where you can click one button to order the VOA, VOI, request insurance and title and COCs, and cancel the loan and lock the loan. So everything is right here in our system from start to finish. So we're taking a client from being a name, email, phone number, to contacting them in our system, quoting them in our system, gathering their 1003 in our system, their documents in our system, pulling credit in our system, originating the loan in our system, running automated underwriting in our system, getting the conditions back and fulfilling the conditions from underwriting in our system. So everything from start to finish in our system, one login for you and one login for your client. Now let's go ahead and talk about where we get these leads from in the first place. So first and foremost, we have our click to claim leads, our live leads that are coming in from Facebook, right? So all day, you're going to be getting text messages to claim leads. Those are coming in from our Facebook campaigns. People see our ads, they click on them, double opted in to be contacted. You get a text message that second, so you can call them instantly right away. So that's the first and foremost way that we provide you with leads. Now, the next way we provide you with leads is our auto dialer. So we have an auto dialer just like any other CRM here, but ours is filled with leads that we provide you, right? So notice we have tons of different leads in here, thousands and thousands of leads. Everything from real leads that are coming in from our, bank statement campaigns or whatever it may be, all the way to cold calls, lists of realtors to call. I mean, there's all kinds of calls in here for you at all times that you can come in the auto dialer. You can call 300, 400, 500 people in a day using the auto dialer, right? You can press one button, which drops an automated text and email to them. So if they don't answer, you just click next call and it drops an automated text and email to them, letting them know that you just called. So you can call hundreds of people in a day. dropping automated text and emails to them, and moving on to the next call. We have unlimited leads loaded in here for you to call. Now, the next thing you can do with leads here in our system is on our advertising tab, you could purchase your own lead campaign. So in addition to the leads we give you at no upfront cost, you could also purchase a campaign where we copy the same campaigns that we've proven out that we know work, and we put your budget on it. So what happens then is that there's no lead split on it, right? That's your lead that you purchase. So the leads we give you up for no fee up front, we have a lead split on. The ones that you purchase, there is no lead split on it. So the same type of leads from our same campaigns, but you put your budget on it, right? So super great way there to boost your pipeline and to get some deals done without having a lead split on it. Great example I like to give of this is one of our loan officers, Amber, came to the company here, and not Amber, I'm sorry, Nicole. I was like, which is that why you were looking funny, nigga? Like, I was like, yeah, one of our loan officers, Nicole, came here. First loan she ever did was a $1,060,000 loan. And so her first commission as a loan officer ever was $16,000. Well, it was from a lead that we sent her, but it was from the campaign that she purchased. So she saved $8,000 on that commission, right? Instead of getting $8,000 on a lead split, she got $16,000 because it was one of her leads that she purchased from her campaign that we gave to her, right? So definitely important to boost your pipeline even more and boost your pipeline on leads that have no split. So again, we'll give you tons of leads on the split, but it's also important to fill your own pipeline as well. And you can purchase these lead packages here where we just simply put your budget on it and let it run. Now, the other thing here as far as leads go is you can import leads. So we give you all your custom webhook here. So you can use Zapier to bring in and we gave you the instructions here to bring in leads from other lead sources. So Zillow, LendingTree, Free Rate Update. If you're already purchasing leads from another lead source that you like, you can use the webhook here to bring them into our system in real time. So you could purchase leads from Zillow and you use this webhook. Now every lead that comes in from Zillow is instantly, automatically inserted into your CRM, and you're sent a notification so you can call them and quote them and do all the same stuff that any other lead has, right? So whether it's leads that we're giving you at no upfront cost on a lead split, or whether they're leads that you purchase for yourself to not have a lead split, or they're leads that you purchase from elsewhere, other legitimate lead sources, you can bring them into our system in real time. So basically, any way there is to get leads and work leads, we have available for you here in our system. Now, what I'm going to do now is turn it over to Nick to talk about the type of leads we advertise for and that we get and why. So Nick is in charge of leads here. As he was saying earlier, been doing digital marketing for almost 20 years. Nick has a certification from Facebook as a digital marketing associate, a certification from Facebook as a media planning professional, a certification from Google Ads as a Google Ads search specialist. And we also own a marketing agency where we do campaigns for other companies as well. So Nick is in charge of leads here. I want him to talk about the type of leads we get and why. Then we will have Jose talk about how we're going to bring this all together and support you to close loans. So Nick, let's talk about the leads for a second.
Sure. So whenever we want to set up leads for ourselves or anybody we're trying to help out, we want to make sure we do something different and unique. So for the last 4 years, we've obviously been doing something different and unique, something different than the big box retailers who've been chasing the refi market and reducing your guys' commission, the loan officers, as low as possible, and trying to have high volume businesses with obviously low help, low context, low touch. So we have been doing the exact opposite the whole time and focusing on a different strategy that's a sustainable long-term strategy, because we all know, maybe some of you on the call today, but a lot of people lost their jobs because that model isn't sustainable long-term. It's only valid while we had some government assisted rates. So the long-term strategy is always going to be a consultant. So we're always going to do the exact opposite of the big guys. So we've always been targeting the clients that are underserved Either that's the investors, the self-employed, the new economy, gig economy, even some of the new crypto economy that don't even have any income whatsoever per se. But all of the borrowers who are underserved, we're going to make sure we target them instead of the people that the big box retailers are spending billions on targeting and trying to reduce your guys' commission to zero, right? So we want to make sure we target the customers that need help, that are underserved. We're going to advertise them the products that work for them, which is typically a non-QM product. So once they click on an ad for a bank statement, they've been denied by a big box retailer, no problem. They'll come in the system. Once they come in, we still want to make sure we treat them all fairly and go through the loan correctly. Many big box retailers don't know how to do income for a self-employed borrower or an investor or anybody else like that. So we want to make sure we analyze them top to bottom. We still do plenty of conventional VA, FHA, USDA if the customer qualifies, they didn't know maybe. And then if we do have to use a bank statement program, obviously we have it. So we obviously advertise non-QM, but that doesn't mean that that's all we do. We advertise that because we want to be consultants and help clients that need help, right? So we're going to get them with the programs that they think they need. If they click a bank statement, we're going to properly analyze them, see if they really do need a bank statement. If they don't, great, we'll do a conventional FHA, VA, USDA, whatever it is. If they do, great, we have the correct bank statement loans. We're going to analyze them from top to bottom. So we're going to obviously find the correct program and then push those clients through and give them the best pricing. So we're going to push it through whether they end up needing a bank statement loan or even something even more crazy like a CDFI no ratio loan where we have to broker it, no problem. We'll broker it. If they're doing a regular bank statement loan, no problem. We fund those all the time. So we want to make sure we always are looking out for the customer. So whether it's broker or correspondent, we're always going to have the same margin for you guys, the same everything, so that it's always going to be whatever's best for the customer at any time. So while we make them, engage with an ad that may be non-QM, we may do a completely different loan. So we do everything in between. And if they do need something that's very unique and special, we make sure that we have those products as well. So hopefully that covers it for you, Kyle.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and just want to mention, we have everything under the sun, right? Fix and flip, ground up construction, commercial, all kinds of, like we said earlier, SBA loans, DSCR, 5 to 8 mixed use, 5 to 8 unit mixed use. I mean, everything under the sun. So now I want to have Jose talk about how this all comes together. So Jose Gonzalez is our sales manager here. He has 28 years of experience as both a loan officer and a realtor. So he brings a lot of support here to the team and, essentially oversees the whole team and does a lot of trainings as well. So you can get a lot of info from him as well. So Jose, let's talk about how we bring all of this that we're talking about together into actually closing loans and putting money in loan officers' pockets.
Right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. We're all about support here at the Mortgage Calculator. So you've heard about the leads that we have, right? I mean, leads are amazing. Everybody loves leads. And we have our proprietary technology, which is great because we don't charge you anything for it. We don't nickel and dime you to death on that. Easily fixable. Any issues with that, we send requests to our programmers who take care of it almost immediately. So let me tie it all in together in terms that is meaningful to everybody. We have our knowledge center, right? That is our foundation, right? That is an indexed database that we have, which has basically everything that we do is quantified in there. We have our search bar. You can just go in there, type a keyword, and in a second, you're going to pull up everything that keyword covers in our knowledge center. That's great because when we started the company, we realized that was really lacking. We realized that was lacking at the outfit that we were with before. So we went about creating our knowledge center, which is amazing. We have our Zoom room, which is staffed by our in-house processors during working hours. Zoom room is a great place to pop in for a quick meeting, not to structure a complete file because that's what your team leaders are for, but for simpler things where you don't want to wait for a meeting, like having issues with logging into Encompass, couldn't figure out why you're not getting an approved eligible on a DU, automated underwriting submission. Simple things like that. How do you do a credit supplement through our credit report vendor? Those are very easy fixes. Most of these things are also covered in our knowledge center, by the way. But for the MLO that needs to be walked through that process, once they've reviewed it in the knowledge center, still can't understand it, the Zoom room is there, just a click away. We have our team leaders, right? As soon as you complete your training and you are approved for leads and you are active, you will be placed with a team leader. Team leaders would be your first level of support for assisting you with structuring your files. For example, somebody accepts a quote that you just sent them, submitted an application, you're going to get an email. Your team leader's copied on that email. Management is also copied on that email. So everybody's chiming in, letting you know you got a new application and we're here to assist. But your team leader is who you would meet with at first to assist you with structuring that loan, especially when it's non-QM. If you're not used to working non-QM loans, team leaders are a great resource. We also have in-house processors that will assist you with the processing of your non-delegated loans, non-delegated correspondent loans, where we are the lender. So in-house processing is included with all of the loans where we are a lender. We give you the option to use third-party processing on broker deals. And yes, you heard me correct. We give you the option. In other words, it is not a requirement to use processors on a broker deal. If you want to be more competitive and you feel up to the task of processing your own loan and submitting your loan to the lender's portal, since in that case, we are the broker and not the lender, you can do so. Save your customer anywhere from $500 to $1,000, depending on what may be the cost to process that loan. Non-QM loans tend to be a little bit more expensive to process than agency loans. So it could be as high as $9.95 a month that you may be saving your customer, hence making your loan more competitive when your customers are considering your offer over somebody else's offer of a quote. We do assist you with disclosing files, right? On any file where we are the lender, after meeting with your team leader to review the structure of that file and you putting that file together, you will then meet with the disclosure desk, will be the final quality control review of your file, help you finish dotting the I's, crossing the T's, making sure everything is meeting the guidelines of that program, and then we will disclose a file. Hit the send button right there while you are on the meeting with us, and then you will get to sign your portion of the disclosures as applicable as well, and let your customer know that the disclosures have been out. So quickest way to get files disclosed is when we are the lender, because you can meet with us and we will disclose a file. Your team leader reviews all the brokered files and approves the disclosure, and then you go and get those taken care of on your own. Disclose in the lender's portal, right? Now, intake. We do have an intake department and intake processors. After the files are disclosed and everybody signs, you sign, borrower sign, the files get assigned to our intake department. They complete all of the intake duties, which include things like fraud guard, OFAC exclusionary list, registering the file on the portal that you chose, and then submitting the file to underwriting also on the portal of your choice, where you chose to get that file submitted. Once intake is completed and the file is submitted, it also gets assigned to the internal processors, who you will then have a meeting of the minds with, go over the files, see what else may be needed, and then proceed to work on obtaining conditions in preparation for the conditional loan approval. Once the conditional loan approval comes in, the processors will assist you in obtaining conditions, and then we'll upload those conditions to the investor portal to obtain the clear to close. They also assist you with all the other processing duties, ordering appraisal, title, following up on insurance deck pages, and the like. Once you do get that clear to close, we do have the closing department, which will then take over the file, generate the 3-day closing disclosure, the initial closing disclosure, and work with the fulfillment attorneys to generate the package and get your file to closing. So definitely many layers of support. And most importantly, as Kyle mentioned, for example, with Nicole, who did that very difficult profit and loss loan, originated and closed that loan with an appraisal transfer in 3 weeks. That was possible by her meeting with team leaders and her meeting with management as well, on file review meetings to assist in the structure and make sure that that file got to closing with the proper product in the shortest amount possible, and why she was able to get her first paycheck in less than 30 days from being active as an MLO at the Mortgage Calculator. So definitely looking forward to assisting all of you with your file structure, file disclosure, and closings.
Perfect. Thank you. Okay, next thing I'm going to do here is go over the last steps, then we'll open it up to questions. So the next step here to move forward is to sign up for the plan that's applicable to you. You're going to click apply, whether it's a junior or a loan officer. You're then going to be taken to fill out information. Now, once you submit that information, it's going to take you right to the agreement to sign to join. Now, you don't have to sign it right then. Don't worry. It's going to email you a copy as well. Take your time, check it out. But once you do sign that initial agreement, that's going to kick off all of the rest of the next steps, such as getting your full employment agreements, compliance manual signed, getting your ID documents for employment, and walking you through how to allow us to sponsor your license. So first step is to go ahead and sign up here for the applicable plan. And then at that point, once you sign that initial agreement, that'll kick off all of the rest of the next steps. I put the link in the chat there to sign up as well. And now we can go ahead and stop recording, Nick, and we will open it up to questions.